Direct from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, it's Comedy Central Stand-Up Asia. Get ready to laugh out loud with Hung Lee. It's all happening right now, only on Comedy Central Stand-Up Asia.
I was born in Saigon, Sin City, they used to call it. Man, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Forget Bangkok. Bangkok is a Vietnamese word for virgin. We used to live across the road from the presidential palace, which in the 70s in Vietnam was a really stupid place to live. We had a sniper across the road from our house. And I'll tell you about this guy. Every morning, this guy, he would wake you up with a couple of rounds on the roof like this. And then he'd wait for you to go to the toilet and try and make you shit yourself before you get there. Outrageous behaviour. So, yeah, that's where I'm from, Saigon, Sin City. All right, ni hao, my ninjas, what up? Hi, my name's Hung. As you can see, I'm not from around here. I'm from Australia. Yeah, this is the face for Australia now. I was born in Vietnam. People been in Vietnam? Yes? Yeah, all right. What is the currency in Vietnam? Dong. The dong, right? And believe me, people can't get enough of your dong in Vietnam. Let me tell you this right now. I'll tell you how it goes. See, Vietnam's a third world country, right? So there's 20,000 dong to $1. Okay? So just pretend you're in Saigon, you go to the ATM, you take out $50. This is how the money comes out of the machine. Oh, shit. So, you're walking around Vietnam, right? Like Gary Glitter, right? 500,000 million dong in your pocket like this, right? And hookers will come up to you going, hey, uncle, that dong in your pocket or you just glad to see me? No shit, this is Vietnam's new motto, is dong is good. Vietnam Bank's got this motto, it goes, your dong is safe in our hand. All right, quick show of hands. Who here is in ISIS? No one? You can tell me, I won't tell anyone. You know, I've been following ISIS very closely on the YouTube, right? And you know what I've noticed? There's no Chinese people. There's no Chinamen in ISIS. You know why? No pork. Chinese people turn up going, what? No sweet sour pork. No pork, no fight. You, let's go. There's no Vietnamese people in ISIS. You know why? No dogs. You know, Arabs are scared of dogs, right? Vietnamese people turn around going, what? No dog. What we gonna put into sweet sour pork? You, let's go. Yeah, thanks. All right. So this is what I do for a living. Hey, I go around the world and I talk shit. And I went to Japan, right? No one told me this. The toilets in Japan have laser beams, right? So when you do a poo in Japan, the laser beam sees your poo and perfume comes at your shit done stink. In Japan, the first time I did a poo in Japan, I went, oh, fuck. I just shit Chanel. Yeah. Chanel number 2s. And there's no flush button in the toilet in Japan. In Japan, they got a whole wall full of buttons with Japanese writing on it and stuff, right? And I don't read Japanese, so I'll bugger it. I just close my eyes and I hope for the best, right? I press this button, water squirts up your ass, right? First time it happened, I cried. I said, oh, make it stop. Make it stop! And then I really got into it. Went to the toilet 8 times a day. You know, oh, yeah. Oh, new rules in Australia this year. Hey, new rules in Australia. In Australia now, it is illegal to eat in front of people smoking. Oh no, oh, freaked me out. First time it happened, right? I was in the pub outside having lunch, right? You know, roast beef and gravy and stuff. The bouncer comes up and goes, "Hey, sorry mate, you can't eat here. It's a smoking area." I go, "What?" He said, "You can't eat here. It's a smoking area." So, you know, being a good Asian, I lit up a cigarette and kept eating, right? He goes, no, you don't understand. You cannot eat because there's people smoking. I said, "Mate, I promise I won't poison anyone with my second-hand gravy, right?" I go, "Where am I supposed to eat this?" And he goes, "Well, you know, I go inside." I go, "I can't go in there. That's the farting area." Oh, my God, you don't know. You know, I've been around the world, right? I've met a lot of people. I've never met a race of people who love farting more than Australian people. It's disgusting. In front of strangers, right? They don't care, right? And they share it. "Oh, look at this. I go, "What the?" And then they've got the nerve to say, "Oh, better out than in, hung." I'm like, no, not from where I'm standing, man. Because I tell you, Vietnamese people don't fart. It's true. Vietnamese people would rather hold it in and suffer the horrific consequences, like bum ulcer or something, than fart in front of another human being. Because, you know, we're civilized. Oh, my God. I was in a lift once in Australia, in a packed lift, like this packed lift. And it was just old man just standing there, right, just looking at me. I go, "Oh, why is he looking at me?" And then he winks at me, right? And I go, "Oh, no. Then he just drops one, right? 4 people spun around. I thought I was on The Voice. Yeah. I was at a mate's house. I've got this Australian mate. Yes, I do, right? So I went to his house, and he's got this 5-year-old daughter. And she picks up a 10-cent coin, and she puts it in her mouth. And he goes, "Take that out of your mouth. It could have been in a Chinaman's bum." Has anybody heard this saying? No one, right? It's an Australian saying. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you a little bit of history, okay? All right, history lesson. In 1850, they found gold in Ballarat, right, in Australia. So a whole bunch of American people came, and a whole bunch of European people came, and a whole bunch of Chinese people came, right? In 1850, Melbourne was like 9 out of 10 men in Melbourne was a Chinaman, right? In 1850, Melbourne was on one great big Chinatown like it is now, right? So how it goes is that the Chinese people are very smart people. They didn't dig for gold because it's too much hard work, right? So what they did everything around it. Like they built laundromats to wash people's clothes, and they grew vegetables to feed the miners, and they had like opium dens to, you know, relax the miners and stuff. So at that time on the ground in Ballarat, it was just full of tiny little bits of gold that white people couldn't see. Only Chinese people could see it. Chinese people were born already focused, right? So what they did, the Chinese people, every day they would sit on the ground, right? And they would pick up all these tiny little bits of gold. And at the end of the week, it all adds up. And they would go to the bank and they would swap it for money. Then the white people got really jealous, right? Decided to mug the Chinaman. So the Chinaman thought, "Oh man, where are we going to hide this stuff," right? So one place they hid it was in their ear. Another place they hid it was in their ponytail. But the best place to hide your gold is up your bum, right? It is true. They would shovel all this gold up their bum, and they developed its sphincter control, right? It just went snap like this. It's unbelievable. As soon as you put something in, it goes snap. Nothing came in, nothing went out, right? So every week, they would cop a hiding, okay? But they wouldn't lose any of their gold. But then they had to go home and get it back out, right? So they go, "Oh man, we better go home and get it out," right? Now, How they got it out is they did this, right? That they did, right? What they did, that they would punch in their 4-digit PIN number, goes, Eureka! And that's where the term poker machines comes from. Thank you very much. My name's Hung Lee. You've been beautiful. Good night.
Would you rather have a really awful kid who has a very normal name or an adorable kid with a terribly embarrassing name? Well, you know, I'm an adorable kid with a very embarrassing name. My name's Hung. Well, in Vietnamese it means Renaissance man, but when I go to Australia, Hung means a man with a really big penis. So, hey, I'll take that one as well.
1, 2, 3, 4.